So you got yourself a new set of wheels. You lowered your car and now it drives like shit. That could be bump steer. Let's talk about it. Have you ever taken a turn in your lowered car, hit a mid-corner bump and felt the steering wheel suddenly jerk or the car dart in a direction you didn't intend it to go? That's not just road feel, it's a phenomenon called bump steer, and today we're breaking down what it is, why it happens after you modify your suspension, and how to fix it. And despite the name, bump steer actually is caused by the steering system itself. It's a suspension geometry issue that it just happens to show up in the steering wheel. Put simply, bump steer is the tendency of your wheel to steer itself as it moves through the suspension stroke. Ideally, your wheels should stay pointed exactly where you want them, as the suspension goes up and down, doing its job. But when bump steer is excessive, hitting a pothole or a rut actually rotates the wheel. For example, if your front left wheel hits a bump and compresses, it might rotate to the left or toe out, causing the car to dart without any input from your hands. And the larger the toe change through the suspension travel, the more noticeable the effect becomes. Think of it this way, every time your suspension moves, your alignment's changing slightly. The goal is to keep those changes to a minimum. It all comes down to geometry. Your suspension components, the control arms, and the tie rods all move in arcs. When the arc of the tie rod doesn't follow the arc of the control arms, the tie rod either pushes or pulls the steering knuckle as the suspension moves. This is why bump steer becomes a major issue when we lower our cars. When you change the ride height, you're basically moving the suspension into a different part of its travel arc, where the tie rod and control arm relationship might be completely different from what was at factory intended. It's important to mention that lowering a car doesn't automatically create bump steer. Plenty of lowered cars drive perfectly fine. The issue happens when the suspension geometry changes enough that those arcs stop working together the way engineers intended. After lowering, you have to realign the car, which changes the tie rod length. This often results in a car that feels twitchy on straight, bumpy roads and can even make the vehicle feel a little unwilling to turn, requiring more driver input because of the increased roll understeer. You'll often hear drivers describe this as a car feeling nervous, darty, or like it has a mind of its own over rough pavement. If you ever feel like you're constantly making tiny steering corrections on the freeway after lowering your car, bump steer could be part of the reason. So how do you fix it? A standard alignment is the first step, but for heavily lowered cars, you might need a bump steer kit as well. These kits allow you to adjust the vertical position of the outer tie rod. By moving the pickup point up or down, you can change the arc of the tie rod to better match the control arms, effectively dialing out the self-steering effects. On race cars and serious track builds, bump steer is often measured directly using specialized equipment that tracks toe change throughout the suspension's travel. Similar to what we covered in our scrub radius video, the goal isn't always zero bump steer. Sometimes engineers intentionally tune a small amount into the car. Keep in mind that suspension modifications don't exist in a vacuum. Lowering springs, coilovers, roll center correction kits, control arms, tie rods, they all affect the geometry of the system. And that's why the best handling cars aren't necessarily the lowest cars. They're cars with the most optimized geometry. We talk about balance quite a bit, and this is a subject that falls into that category. Geometry matters as much as wheel choice, and while wheels don't cause bump steer directly, changes in width, offset, and tire size can sometimes make existing suspension issues feel a little bit more noticeable by increasing steering feedback and load on the system. What suspension setup are you running? And have you ever had to install a bump steer correction kit to get the car feeling right again? If you have any questions about bump steer, put them in the comments below. I'm Nick from KONIG, and thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.